We're continuing our Scream reviews leading up to the 6th film in the franchise. So today we're going to be talking about Scream 3, which was released in 2000 and was supposed to be the end of a trilogy, but we have more films, which I love. So today let's talk about Scream 3. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Question of the video, what is your favorite moment in Scream 3? I've said before in other reviews, I didn't watch the first 3 Scream films until the 4th film was released. I rented it on DVD from my local library, and I binged all of the films, and it was a treat. I absolutely love this franchise, and I do think Scream 3 is the weakest film of them all. But when you have a film like this, and you consider it to be the weakest one, and it's still really enjoyable, you've done something right with your franchise. Even though this is at the bottom of the list for me, I still really like Scream 3. There is some moments that just do not work, but overall, what it does is pretty decent. What I like about this film, and it's continuing that meta talk, is the film is taking place on the set of a stab film. I thought it was so cool that we got to see the set being used in the film as a way for the killer within the film to navigate around and try to kill people. I thought it was so cool to see that set and how it did match the Scream films that we've known. So at times they really utilize that setting to its advantage and have the set play up on the kills, and you're trying to run around the house and everything. And at times you feel like they aren't using it to their advantage, and at times you feel like they could just do a little more with it. But overall, it's a unique setting compared to what we've seen before, but they still somehow manage to connect it to other Scream films. If it's the way that a trilogy works and how films are supposed to end, and we have moments that we're not supposed to expect. As we see a video of Randy Meeks, played by Jamie Kennedy, explaining what a trilogy is supposed to do, and you're not supposed to, and you don't expect things to happen and connect to your first film. And throughout this film, we see Sydney dealing with the death of her mother more than ever before. She starts to have these visions, and she starts to hear things. There's some secrets going on with her mother and her time as an actress. And I think they do a great job of realizing what a trilogy is supposed to do and provide these secrets and have these twists that connect to the first film and make you think about it a little more. I love how they write this film and also keep in mind the current state of trilogies around that time. And so we have this mysterious moments with her mother, and at times I feel like they could have gone a little more in depth with it and really shown the effects that it does have on Sydney as she is trying to protect herself and run away from this new killer. And so it's a clever idea. At times I feel like it's a bit hollow, but they could have just done a little more with it. They also have some new elements to this film compared to the previous 2 Scream films. He uses a voice changer to change his voice not to only the Ghostface killer, but also to the other characters. And at times I question that strategy and how he was able to go about it in the first place. But it really throws off certain scenes with our characters like Gale Weathers or Sid Prescott or Dewey, as they hear someone they recognize and they go to that person and it's being the killer. And at first it was a bit shocking, but the more that they did it, I think it lost its effect. The first time, a couple of times I saw it, I was like, oh, is it Ghostface or is it the actual person? And then I just kept on hearing the voice, and it seemed a little bit higher pitched. And I thought, oh, that's Ghostface. It doesn't really have that effect on me anymore. Now, spoilers, because I've been reviewing the other film, so spoilers for this one. The killer in here is the director of the Stab film, and ends up being a brother of Sid Prescott, which I really didn't see coming when I saw the film for the first time. I had some thoughts that it would be the director to kind of get more inspiration for upcoming Stab films, but I didn't expect him to be the brother. And so that was a bit shocking. I didn't think he was a fully fleshed out character in the first place, whereas we see other killers in the film have a lot of screen time and are developed enough to make them shocking reveals, like Billy Loomis in the first film and Emma Roberts' character in the fourth film. I feel like he had very limited roles, so when he was revealed, it was more shocking because I feel like he wasn't involved in the film too much. I feel like it could have been other people. But him being the brother, I did find to be surprising and adds another layer to Sydney and her complicated relationship with her mother. One of my favorite additions to Scream 3 is Parker Posey as the actress who is playing Gale Weathers in the Stab films. She is trying to be Gale Weathers. And when they are together, it's that constant back and forth because Gale Weathers is acting like Gale Weathers. This woman is trying to be Gale Weathers and trying to continuing to craft this role. And so it's so fun to see them back and forth. And at times you feel like Parker Posey is taking a little more control of the film rather than Gale Weathers. But I do like all of the original characters in here. Sid Prescott and what she's going through with her mother, Gale Weathers, and Dewey in the film, and their complicated relationship as well. It's classic Gale and Dewey. I love them in here, but the whole new cast in here really does work. And then there are a couple moments that we kind of reference Hollywood. Jay and Silent Bob in here, which I totally forgot about, and also Carrie Fisher, and referencing Princess Leia within the film. I thought that was all pretty funny. The film just has such a good idea that's not executed very well. With the killer in here, that hollow storyline, and the moments with her mother, that felt thin, and then the voice changing at times worked, and it just felt repetitive quite often in here. It's a perfect example of a film that is trying to break new ground while not executing its ideas to the best that it could be. Maybe it's because Kevin Williamson didn't return to write this film. He wrote the first two Scream films, but didn't return to write the third film. So this film feels like it could have been written by anybody. Didn't have the depth or the cleverness to it like the first two Scream films did. I still think it's a fun film. The kills are brutal. The cast is great. There's some funny moments in here. It's got that classic Scream feel to it. There's moments that are mysterious, and it plays up on that whodunit style very well. It just got a lot of new moments that just do not feel completed and are working on all cylinders. So, at times Scream 3 is a bit disappointing, but when you look at the overall film, it's enjoyable. And although it's the weakest one of the bunch, it's still a fun film, and the franchise is still doing amazing things. This is a solid franchise. It's hard to think about a franchise, a horror franchise, that had a solid 5-run film. From Scream 1 to Scream 5, all of them are great films. And although Scream 3 has some troubles with it, I still think it's a great film. I'm trying to think of a franchise that had that solid 5-run film. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section below. But overall, Scream 3, I like it. It's weak at times. That might be due to the writing behind it all, but I still think it is a fun film. So let me know in the comment section down below, what are your overall thoughts on Scream 3, and are you looking forward to the 6th film? So before I give you my score for Scream 3, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie-related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Scream 3 a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for Scream 3. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.